Your brain invents reality and the self. What if everything you experience, your body, your thoughts, your emotions, even your sense of being you, is a controlled hallucination, not a glitch, not a delusion, but your brain's best survival strategy? Today, we're unpacking Being You by neuroscientist Anil Seth, one of the most important modern books on consciousness. Anil Seth argues something radical but grounded in neuroscience. We don't perceive reality as it is. We perceive the brain's best guess about reality. Consciousness is not magic, not a soul, not separate from the body. It's something the brain actively constructs to keep you alive. The real problem of consciousness. Most discussions focus on the famous hard problem. Why does matter produce subjective experience? Seth sidesteps this. Instead, he focuses on the real problem. Why does experience have this content? Why does it feel this way? Why does consciousness fade under anesthesia? Why does the self dissolve on psychedelics? This is the same move biology made with life. Life once needed a vital force. Now we explain it with metabolism and DNA. Seth believes consciousness will follow the same path. Perception is controlled hallucination. Your brain lives in a dark skull. It never sees the world directly. So how does perception work? The prediction engine. The brain constantly predicts sensory input. Sensory data is used only to correct errors. Perception, prediction, plus is correction. This is called predictive processing. All perception is a hallucination, but a controlled one. When prediction dominates, hallucinations. When balance is right, normal reality. When predictions vanish, unconsciousness. The beast-machine theory. Here's Seth's most underrated insight. The brain's main job is not thinking. It's keeping the body alive. Heart rate. Blood sugar? Temperature? Consciousness evolved to regulate the body. Emotions. Explained emotions are not reactions to the world. They're predictions about the body's internal state. Anxiety. Predicted threat to survival. Calm. Predicted safety. You are not a thinking machine. You are a conscious beast machine. The self is a perception. Just like the world, the self is constructed. There is no inner you watching the brain. Instead, the self is a bundle of predictions. The layers of self, bodily self, feeling that this body is yours. Perspectival self, seeing from a first-person point of view. Volitional self, the feeling of free law. Narrative self, your life story. Social self, how others see you. These layers can separate. Psychedelics. Meditation. Depersonalization. Neurological disorders. The self is real, but not fixed. Experiments show decisions begin before awareness. Conscious intention still matters. Seth's view, free will isn't absolute, but it isn't fake either. Agency emerges from prediction and control. Altered states reveal the system. Different states show different components of consciousness. Dreams, rich experience, little sensory input, hallucinations, predictions, overpower, reality, psychedelics, weakened priors, self-boundaries, dissolve, anesthesia, total collapse of predictive integration. Consciousness disappears entirely. Consciousness is multidimensional, not on-off. Measuring consciousness, ZAP and ZIP. Seth highlights a breakthrough method. The ZAP TMS pulse knocks on the brain. The ZIP EEG records the response complex signals. NAS, JAS, conscious simple signals. NAS, unconscious. This measures perturbational complexity index, PCI, used in anesthesia dreaming. Vegetative states locked-in syndrome. Consciousness is measurable biology. Intelligence consciousness. Consciousness requires embodiment. Homeostasis matters. AI may think, but without a body that must survive, it may never feel. Animals, on the other hand, almost certainly have conscious experiences. Why this book matters. Being You dismantles dualism. Mysticism. Consciousness is magic, and replaces it with biology. Embodiment. Compassion. Understanding consciousness this way reduces suffering, improves mental health, grounds mindfulness, clarifies identity. Final takeaway. You are not a passive observer of reality. You are an active process that brings a world and a self into being. If this resonated, like, subscribe, and comment. If the self is constructed, what happens when it lets go?